Now, what's been the biggest opportunity you've received and passed on that you wish you didn't in retrospect?
The biggest opportunity.
Yes, being in the
Like,
music industry for 16 years, assuming here you've been offered a lot of different things.
mm,
Biggest opportunity you received, but you passed on. You didn't do it, but maybe you wish you did.
I probably would say at the time it was a good look for me, but down the road they said it wasn't a good look for me if I did it. So I probably say love and hip hop.
And how long ago was this asked?
Had to be about in a 5 to 7 year span, something like right in that area.
Now, were you just asked one time? Were you asked multiple times? Was it pressure to maybe
Nah, it
join the
wasn't.
cast?
It wasn't never pressure. But I think I was asked a couple of times, done them multiple times. Then when I had the interview, and I don't know, I wasn't feeling what was going on, type shit.
And looking back, just to clarify, you're glad you didn't do it or you wish you did?
I maybe wish I would have gave it a try just to see what it was all about. Cause for me, knowing about it is watching it on TV. I never know if it's scripted or they just going off how it is for that day. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't mind trying and giving it a shot.
So OJ the Juiceman was almost on reality television.
Oh, that would have been crazy. That would have been
Now,
crazy.
how do you feel about reality TV at this point in your career? Are you open to that in the future or are you against it?
Mm, I can be open to it. I can be open to it. I don't mind, wouldn't mind being on TV that kind of way.
Now, what about on the opposite end of the spectrum here?
Okay.
What's been the biggest opportunity you accepted and you were glad you took it?
I probably want to say like my Colt 45 deal. I had a Colt 45 deal. They gave me my own beer called the Power Driver. So I want to say that was one of my second biggest that I was able to grab and do it with. Yeah, Colt 45. Big shout out to Colt 45.
Now, was that a product that you actually got to see with your own eyes in stores?
Yep. In stores, I had cases at home. They did flyers. They did promo. They did bandanas. They did tall posters that you can hang on walls and stuff like that. Yeah.
Now, for those in the audience that weren't familiar with that item, was that a nationwide product? Was that a regional product? Was that a limited edition?
I want to say South Regional area. Not everywhere for sure. Not everywhere. They were really testing the water with it, and it went in some markets, and some markets I don't think it even made it to.
And just for those that are new to you, as far as fans and things of that nature, musically, when did this take place? Like, what songs of yours or mixtapes or albums were out when this
When the
was in
Colt
stores?
45 did,
Yeah,
oh man,
if you're able to remember that.
that shit was
Was it a particular single
damn.
out at the time or
I want to say
certain era you were in your music career?
the name of the mixtape was Math Class. I think 2 Summer Edition or something like that.
Now, what's that feel like going into a retail location and seeing your own item on the shelf?
Man, that was dope. It was dope. And for me to, tell people around the area, like, bro, I got my own bill. Check out such and such store. They got my bill now, and then they coming back, showing me or taking a picture, texting me with the bill that they done purchased at the store. Like, I'm like, oh, man, that's big. I just remember being little seeing Coke 45 around the house.
And just for clarity here, was this a something that was just a promotional thing that you were involved in, or did you actually have any part in the flavor or what was chosen or the name or anything of that nature? Were you involved that deep?
No, they actually came with the idea, and before the product was made, they asked me about the idea. I'm like, yeah, it sound dope, beer with orange juice, and they sent me a sample bottle. Tried the sample bottle and liked it. End up emailing or texting them back like, yeah, I think this will work. And then that's when they put the final print on the bottle and can, and then start sending them out.
And what was the reaction to that flavor?
People liked it. Everybody was like, it's like a mimosas, champagne, and orange juice mix.
And forgot to ask you previously, okay, when you were asked the biggest opportunity you received and passed on, what did you learn from that, if anything?
On the one I passed on,
Yes.
uh, don't be so quick to say no. Don't be so quick to say no. Think over it properly so you can make the better decision for yourself.
And I lost the timestamps here just in conversation with you, but did the Colt offer happen after the Love and Hip Hop offer?
Yeah, that was years down the line. The Love and Hip Hop happened first, and some years later, Colt 45. I want to say maybe like 3-4 years later, Colt 45 came, because it's been about, I've been not in the deal like 7 years, 6 or 7 years right now. I think 6 years.
And do you think maybe learning from that missed opportunity there with Love and Hip Hop got you to latch onto the Colt 45 situation, or?
No, the Colt 45 deal actually came through Juicy J and Project Pat. Because they just did, I think, face branding for Juicy and Project on some of the original Colt 45 bottles.
Now, what about this when it comes to the music industry, okay? And I'm just going to just make one little camera adjustment here. Got
Okay.
it. All right. Who's been the biggest person in the music industry you fell out with, but it has since been repaired?
I ain't really feel out with too many people, and if I did feel out with them, that's where it stands. I'm cool. Like, ain't no repairing.